1969. So it was a military academic network that was used by the US government. Later on in 1983, they developed what is called MuNet, which was a split off and was used for academic and education research purposes only. Then in 1986, NSFNet was created as a US internet backbone. Do you know what an internet backbone is? Like the US. Do you know what a backbone is? A human backbone, eh? What does it do? Be straight. Other functions. It's the one that protects the spine. Okay. Togo. Functions of spinal cord. Functions of the spinal cord. It's where the neural system It's where the neural system what. Madam, the spinal cord, what is it used for? Not sure, but you have it. Yes, yes. Okay, he said that it supports a human to be upright. You can stand and whatnot. He says that it protects the spinal cord. Bwana Ziwa. Functions of a spinal cord. Movement. Okay, where this is coming from, we're talking about the history of the internet. Yes, it's like the highway of messages. Of course, but you didn't talk about communication between, like for example, if you have any message that is coming from any part of the body, okay? Maybe apart from not even apart from, they all go through the spinal cord to the brain, okay? So when we say that NSFNet was the internet backbone, we mean that from all the other internet providers that were there, all of them, their main highway was this NSFNet, okay? And in the early 2000s, okay, 2001 to be specific, so in the early 90s, internet was now commercialized, whereby now everyone started using the internet. And from 2001 up to present, the internet has been growing steadily. Okay? Okay. All right. Okay, so for you to be on the internet, there's a protocols or a set of protocols that are used. Okay. First of all, you're supposed to have internet domain names. Okay. If you could remember what identifies a computer device on a network, how are computers identified? Using IP address, right? Yeah, so just because the IP addresses by their formatted, for example, 192.168.11, we can't remember those, right? So they developed what is called a domain name. So it will be www.google.com, right? Which is a, but underneath it there is an IP address, right? Yeah, so these domain names at the end of it have what is called a top level domain. This just classify where that domain belongs to, which industry it belongs to. If it's .edu, what does it entail? .ac. Unreal.ac.mw. Have you ever come across that talk? Academic set. .com. Ejisawa. Gracious. The top level domain.com, what does it mean? It means that that company belongs to which industry? So if it has a top level domain of .com, it means that it's a commercial site. If you want to create a website for your company or your business, .com is what you'll be using. Okay? .gov. That's a government domain. .mil, M-I-L. We're looking at the history of the internet. The first internet was called what? ARPANET. Then later on, they had split off. It was used for academic and research, and it was called what? MUNET. Udziona good. Ayabogwira bompano. Actually, it's my laptop. I don't know why it's not recognizing. Ndega adapter kwena ndi matenga wandano kwa mgadi. And he's in class. Okay, so .mil stands for, it's for a military site. And then you have .org. That's a domain for an organization. Okay? What about .net? It's a domain for what? Internet service providers. They use .net. Okay? Of course, there are so many other top-level domains that are attached to the internet domains. But perhaps at the end of the top-level domain, you have two-letter country codes. Okay? These are used for easy searching or accessing of servers. Okay? So if it's a server that is residing in Malawi, for example, Airtel www.airtel.co.mw, okay? When you type that on the browser, what you're saying that I'm looking for a computer which is on the World Wide Web, which is a commercial site, but resides in Malawi.mw. If it's in the UK, you have .uk, Australia.au, South Africa. What? No. Yes. .co.za. Okay. All domains are of South Africa. They Hawaii is taking this computer long. Are we clear on the domains? Now we can look at data communication networks. Data communication networks. So, for data communication networks, these are systems that enable the transfer of data between devices such as computers, smartphones, and servers over various types of media like wires, fiber optics, or wireless connectivity. So these data communication networks form the backbone of modern communication systems, allowing for everything from internet browsing to video conference to happen. So if you're asked what is data communication, what would you say? First and foremost, what is communication? What? The change of data to information. What is information? Processed data. So you are changing data into information. And communication has the same definition as well. No, I'm asking you. You are mixing up things. First and foremost, you need to know what data is. Okay? That is raw facts, figures, letters, symbols that do not make sense to the user. Now, information is data that has been processed and meaningful to the user. Okay? Now, this information needs to be passed on from one place to the other or from one person to another. That's where communication comes in. Okay? So communication is a movement of information from one place to another. That is communication. So data communication, in short, it is the movement of computer information from one point to the other by means of electrical, optical transmission systems called networks. That is what is referred to as data communication. And then on the other hand, you have telecommunication, which is a broader term of communication, data communication. That includes transmission of voice and video as well as data transmission for longer distances. That is data communication. So, what are the components of networks or network components? So, for a network, there are three basic hardware components. Gracious, what are they? Roaz, you remember what a network is? It is interconnection of what? Interconnection of two or more computers, is what is referred to as a network, Now, for you to have a network or to be on the network, what are the three essential components that are required? No, a LAN is within a network. So I'm asking, for you to be on the network, what are the three basic hardware components that are required? Okay. Yes. It is. Uh-huh. No, okay. So there is a server, there are clients, and then there are circuits. Okay? The three main components, But in addition, you have what you are saying now, You need to have switches, modems, and then you need to have routers and access points. Okay? A router, you know what it is used for? What does it do? Between a water pipe and an oil pipe, But so when you're yes, so your response has to be complete. So it directs data between two different networks. Okay, in other words, it interconnects two different networks. If there's a network here at Unireal, and then you want to connect another network at a certain bank, you need a router to connect these two networks. Switch. What is a switch needed for? Actually, forgot I was being recorded. So you are saying that it what? Okay, it's like you use a switch is something that you use to connect different whatever is eight or six. A switch is something that is used to connect eight or what? Six computers to the internet. Okay, so a switch is a device that connects computers within a local area network. Okay? And it will direct data within the local area network. Okay? So whenever you want to set up a computer, for computers, especially wired networks, you need a switch. So the circuits, such as twisted pair cables or cord cat6 cables, they will join from the switch direct to your computer. Okay? Any other network resource that I connect to the switch means that it can be accessed by all the computers that connect to that switch. All right. Modem, what is a modem used for? Modem. Modulator and demodulator. Modulator and demodulator. You know what a modulator is? Uh-huh. What does it do? Okay, so when signals are to be transmitted over a long distance, okay, they change. From the source, you can have digital signals, okay, but for them to travel a longer distance, they will need to change from digital to analog, okay? So they can travel from here up to the United States. In the United States, you also have a modem that demodulates that signal, okay? What it means that it will change the analog signal back to digital signal, then you can start using the data, okay? Ndiyo mozi electricity transformer. So you can have voltage that is generated in DC it. It will be converted to what? Altering current it. That's AC it. So AC travels a long distance. So it can start from Blantyre up to here. Okay? But here you have now the adapters that will have to change the AC back to DC. Okay? For your computers to cope with. You cannot use current direct from the power lines. It will be too much for your gadgets. Okay? Those things, they go up to 4,000 kilovolts, 400 kilovolts, 2,000 kilovolts. That's way too much, right? Yeah, that's why when you see that line has cut somewhere, it's not wise to go near it. Okay? Instead of repelling, it attracts. Okay? Until you become carbonate, you become carbonated. So that's what a modem does. It will change the signals from digital to analog, then back to digital. All right. So we talked about a server. What is a server? What is a server? Just by the name server. Yes, this is a computer that gives services to client computers on the network. Client computer is a computer that receives services from a server or that seeks services from a server. Circuits. A client is a computer or a device that seeks services from a server. Now, for your computer to become a client, it needs an application software called a browser. Okay? So a browser enables you to be a client computer. So you'll be typing the address on the browser to seek services of another computer. www.chatgtp what there. Right? And the assignment is done. All right. Circuits, these are just connections lines that enable data to flow between clients and servers. Yeah, so you have wireless and wired transmission media or circuits. So for wired, it includes twisted pair, this computer. Oh, what has happened? So you have twisted pair cables. Do you know what they are? I did it. Coaxial cables, you know them? DSTV, you know DSTV, imakandisha cable ja white hina jacket, sometimes black, which goes all the way to the antenna, and that's a coaxial cable. Imakandika wire kakopa pakati, imakandika plastic, then foil, then ka mesh. Okay, that is just used for noise suppression. Yeah. Whereas in a twisted pair cable, it just has a single cord, which is a plastic. On the middle, you have a copper wire. It uses electromagnetic electrodes to push data from one place to another. And then you have fiber optic cables. Okay, these ones, they don't have a copper wire at the center. Instead, they have glass. Okay, glass, and then sometimes plastic. Okay, so this one uses light to transfer data from one place to the other, and it's very fast as compared to the other wired mediums that we talked about. And then you have wireless media. Examples of wireless media that you are familiar with. Madam, what's your name, Paji? Delphine. Is it your first time? Oh, Delphine. Where is that name from? Delphine. Surname? Zomara. Zomera. From Malawi or some? Zomera. Nzomera. You. Can you use the tongue of a Tumbuka? That needs you to eat something before you speak. Mzomera. Ine ndi mzomera. All right. So, Madam Zomera, do you know, Madam Zomera, do you know any wireless media that can enable you to be on a network? We said they are wired and wireless. For wired, we talked about twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, or fiber optic cables. These are cables that you put on a switch and then plug it into your computer to be on the internet. But if you don't want to use that, some other computers have wireless capabilities that enables you to be connected to other computers. So my question is, do you know of any wireless connectivities or wireless medias that can, yes. So you have Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi has a connectivity range of 100 meters. Its radius is 100 meters. Okay. So long as there are no interferences in between, it works efficiently within 100 meters. Okay. What else? Bluetooth. What about Bluetooth? It's a short range connectivity, wireless mediate, that works efficiently within 10 meters. Yeah, from here up to that end. What this is what? 9 meters, eh? So it works well within 10 meters. It can go beyond if there's clear line of sight with a device that is broadcasting, but if it will work efficiently within 10 meters. That is why when you connect the modulator to your phone, when you start moving away, what happens? It will start first of all jamming it, meaning the signal is becoming weakened or intermittent, and eventually it will disconnect you. Welcome, madam. In fact, we didn't start the class, we were waiting for you. I told them that I can't start without her. Oh, yeah? Why is Gracious giving me an evil eye? said. All right. So we have said Bluetooth. What else? That's satellite communication. Simple. It's a network. You talk of DSTV, that's a network, or I can say cable TV. Those are networks, So you have a base station somewhere where they do the beaming, and then it will be picked up by the satellite. The satellite will broadcast it back here on Earth. And then you have antennas to receive those signals. And then you have a modem in form of a decoder, which will translate the signals into a digital signal for you to be able to see on your screens. Yeah. What other wireless connectivities that you know? AirDrop, that's just an application, but it is based on Bluetooth. For that to work, your Bluetooth has to be on. No. Share it, the same thing. Bluetooth has to be on, so it operates on that platform. No, AirDrop is amazing. The quality, when you're exchanging the data, it does not lose any quality. Okay. Mr. Loaz, are you relating here? Are you relating? Okay. Other wireless connectivity, you have radio waves, you have microwaves, and then you have infrared. Okay. So if this device wants to communicate with that device, it uses infrared. Okay. So here you find there's like a small bulb, okay, that when I place any button here, it will establish communication with the projector, and then it will send commands. Yeah. Similarly to your TV, it does the same. Okay. So are we clear on the basic hardware components required for a network? This is too much. So there are about three types of networks, but no, should I say, I mean, four types of networks, but mainly we have two. Okay. So you have what is called a local area network and a wide area network. Loazi local area network ndio? The other network is now what is a local area network? That is used to connect guys within a organization. Organization, like for example, we are last and have the local area network that will connect within the campus. Okay. Do you all agree? Do you agree on what he's saying? Of what a local area network RAN is? Yeah, so it's an interconnection of devices within a small geographical area. Debola, what is a wide area network? It's when Johannesburg does what? Yes. So it's in an interconnection of networks within a wide geographical area. An interconnection of networks within a wide geographical area. That is what is referred to as a wide area network, one. And then you have backbone networks. So these backbone networks, they link RANs or local area networks at various points and then connect to wide area networks. On what? I should repeat on backbone network. So we are saying that backbone networks they offer a link at various points for local area networks. Take it as an example of an M1 road, the M1 road being the backbone network, okay? And then you have feeder roads in area 15 here, in area 47, in area 6, all those small roads, they will lead to the M1 road, So the M1 road, that's like the backbone. So the backbone will lead you to a wider area network. Like if you want to go to Egypt, then you know you have to be on that tarmac. Off you go, Yeah. And then you have a metropolitan area network. So this one is a type of network that covers a large geographical area than a local area network. It's a type of network that covers a large geographical area than a local area network, but it is smaller than a wide area network. So for a metropolitan area network, it can cover a city or a large university campus. Kwanza tuli my university campus awa makala akulu, You can have a university walking distance like from here up to where Lilongwe Hotel is, Wenda Bemu campus. Deborah, what do you figure out with Waters land? You are at Wits University? Yeah. It's very vast, isn't it? So such campuses, they use metropolitan area networks. All right. Are we clear on the 4 types of networks? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, these networks, okay, they need to have a way in which they are configured. Okay? They need to have a way in which they are arranged. So this arrangement of network nodes is what is referred to as a network topology. Okay? In other words, a topology is how you physically arrange any network resource, starting from the server, the clients, the switch, the routers, anything, the printers that are on the network, how you physically arrange them is what is called a network topology. Okay? If you are having a discussion, okay, a group discussion, would this be a proper setup the way we are here? No, right? What would be a proper setup? We'll be closer together. So we'll arrange the desks in such a way that either they are in a circle or a rectangle. Okay, so that we are all looking at each other and then we discuss. Okay. Similarly, if it was a meeting, okay, you need to be closer together. Right? Yeah. So these networks also have a physical arrangement, okay, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. Now that's where I needed a projector. So there are several types of network topologies. You have what is called a bus topology. A bus topology. I hope it responds now. Projector buno bwino, the computer is failing to boot. So for a bus topology, this is the simplest form of network topology where all devices are called nodes on a network, are connected to a single central cable known as a bus. So this central cable acts as a shared communication medium, and each device on this type of network communicates through that central cable. Okay, so I'm saying that you have a central cable in which all the devices, thank God Mr. Squires is here. Just I'm good. How are you?
Sola. Talowa kuola kwika.